Hello, Silhouetters. This is Saiba. I'm actually going to do a tutorial now on how to do a knockout. So I spent some time today learning this, and I'd like to share this with you guys. Remember I said this is column A, column B, column C, and top bar. So first we're going to select this A, which is our font function. We're going to go up here, click this arrow. Impact and Akbar are excellent fonts to do this technique. Click the cursor here. Select impact. Okay, so I have this. I'm going to click here and I'm going to change the line spacing. Then you can actually change your colors in two places. You can change it up here by clicking this palette, or you can click up here to change. Two places. Okay, so I'm going to go back. This is the fill tab. We're going to go back to, let's see, modify. Let's double check. When we get here, we're going to go to justify to make sure that it's all centered. Then here's your line spacing again. Remember I showed you earlier. Okay, so we have that. So now I'm going to make it bigger, 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 so that we can see it. Okay, so next I'm going to upload into my library my anchor, because the anchor is our mascot. When you upload your images, they're going to go into your local user folder. So I'm going to open up my Finder, and I type it in anchor to try to find it. Okay, and I'm going to hold on to it and drag it. There we go. Okay, and then double click it. Okay, so next it's going to open up, click out of that because I had already had it up. There we go. Okay, next we're going to close this tab out and we're going to go to the trace tab. Okay, select trace area like so. Okay, and then you have this right here, your threshold. You want to make it as yellow as possible without going over the blue per se. So I think my threshold was 58, about 58.60. Okay, and now I want to trace and detach like so. Okay, so now that I have traced and detached my image, I'm going to pull it apart like so and delete. Okay, I have this now. I'm going to left click, control, left click, copy, go back to my first page, control, right click, paste. And remember how I told you to change your colors. And now I'm going to lay it on top like so. Okay, so the next function box we're going to use is the modify. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it all like so and go to divide. Oh, I'm glad that showed up. Okay, let's back up. We're going to select all of this and make, so we can make it into one image. Go back up, select it again, and we're going to divide. Okay, so after that, I'm going to make the screen bigger, because what we're going to do now is erase all of the parts that we do not want in our design. So like for example, click off it for a second. So for example, you don't want this part in, so click on that, delete. Click on that, delete. There you go. So just take your time and go through your design to delete the parts that you do not need. There we go. Okay, so it looks like I have all my parts that I do not need. I'm going to shrink the screen just a smidge so I can see. So now I'm going to go to Panels, Layers, and it's going to bring up my Layers function. Okay, so now I want you to pay attention to this box up here as we click on these polygons. Okay, you saw how it turned black? So that means that all of these layers up here are the pink layers. This right here, your anchor. So there are two ways that you can select all of the pink. You can select the last one, hold on your shift, and select the first one, and it will select all of it for you. Or you can just click the first one and hold down the shift and click them all individually. Once you have clicked those parts, you want to go back to Modify, and you want to select Make. Okay, so let's see if that did it. Click off it, click on it. There we go. Okay, so we have all of these parts right here, point ending. We're not going to worry about point ending in this tutorial, but we have all of these parts now. Now it's all separated. Now, what I also need you to do is, because we've actually played around with it a bit, let's select this. Let's make it smaller again. Okay, what I need you to do is to select all of this. Go to Modify again, and we're going to make it all into one. So now we have our design. We are completely done, you guys. That's a simple two-part knockout. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Send. Okay, and so right now Sublimation's Classroom is actually highlighted, and over here you see that it's cut. So we're going to cut this image first in the next video. And once we cut this image, we're going to back out by doing this. Select this. No cut. Then we're going to select this and go to Cut. So after we do this, you see the red lines. Whatever has a red outline is what's going to be cut. So like, for example, if you guys have a Cricut as well, with Cricut, you actually can break it up into different mats by color. With Silhouette, you have to tell it what to do. So if you want to cut this, you have to highlight it and select Cut. If you do not want it to cut, then you have to select it and select No Cut. So that's how that works. So in part 2 of this video, I'm going to go ahead and go through the cut process, and we're going to go ahead and weed, and I'm going to show you the finished result of it being layered. So see you in part 2.